All right, so for these problems, on page 98 of the homework, we have a big word problem. So our story problem goes like this. Jill grew out her hair for several years to donate to charity, and she was finally ready to have it cut. She asked her mother to take off 10 2/3 inches. She liked it short so much that she got another 1 7/8 inches cut off. So we want to know, how much hair did Jill have cut off in all? We want to know how much more hair was cut off the first time than the second. And we want to know how much longer will her hair be in 10 months than it is now if it grows 2/3 of an inch every month. All right, so we'll start with part A. How much hair did Jill have cut off in all? When we hear in all, we're thinking, that's right, addition. So we have 10 2/3 inches plus 1 7/8 inches. This brings me way back to common denominators. So to add these together, I'm going to have to find common denominators for 2/3 and for 7/8. So my whole numbers can stay the same, 10 and 1, they can hang out. But now I'm thinking, all right, I need to make 2/3 and 7/8 into equivalent fractions with common denominators. Woo, so much vocab. All right, so I'm thinking factors of 3, factors of 8. What is the first factor that is going to match? So I'm going to list 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. What comes after that? 21, 24, 27. All right, hopefully I've listed enough. And I'm going to list my 8s. 8, 16, 24. I can see that 24 and 24 match. So to find my common denominators, I'm going to say, all right, I need to know what to multiply 3 by. So I need to count how many times I had to count by 3s to get to my common denominator of 24. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I multiplied 3 times 8 to get 24. So to get my equivalent fraction, I need to multiply my numerator by 8 as well, which means that I would get 16 over 24. And then to get 8 to 24, I had to multiply 8 times 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to multiply 7 times 3 as well to get 21 24ths. So now I've got 10 and 16 24ths plus 1 and 21 24ths. So I can add that together and I would get 11, and let's see, 21 plus 16 is 37 24ths, and I know that I can get one little group of 24 out of that, so I can say it's 12 and how many left over? 13 24ths, and that would be my answer there. For how much more hair was cut off the first time than the second, that how much more the first time than the second, that makes me think of subtraction. So now we're going to do 10 and 2/3 minus 1 7/8. Thank goodness I've already done the hard work of finding my equivalent fractions with common denominators, because I'm just going to go ahead and use those 10 and 16 24ths minus 1 and 21 24ths to solve my problem. Now here's my issue. When I go to subtract my fractions and do 16 minus 21, I can't do that. I don't have enough. So what I'm going to have to do is borrow from my whole number and get a whole other group of 24 to add on to my numerator. So when I borrow from my 10, it becomes a 9, and I get 24 more to add on to my 16. So 16 plus 24 would give me 40. Now I can subtract my whole numbers and then my fractions. So 9 minus 1 is 8, and then 40 minus 21 is 19. And my denominator stays the same. So I would get 8 and 19 24ths. I'm just going to really quick check my math. Good. Awesome. All right. Love to be right. Now, last problem. Jill estimates that her hair will grow 2/3 of an inch every month, and we want to know how much longer it'll be in 10 months. So I could add 2/3 together 10 times repeatedly to show each month it grows 2/3 of an inch, or to make my job faster, I can multiply 2/3 times 10, which if I do it the oof way, I would do 2/3 times 10 over 1. So 2 times 10 would give me 20 thirds. And if I make that a mixed number, I think, all right, well, how many times am I going to be able to skip count by 3s, or how many groups of 3/3 am I going to be able to get out of 20 thirds? And let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, I can look up here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And if I get to 21, I go too much. So that would be 6. And I know that's 18 thirds that I just used to get my 6 wholes. So I would have 2 thirds left over. So it would grow 6 and 2/3 inches longer. And that is